What's up, guys? Welcome back to Offering Knowledge, where we explore the past and present. Today, we are going to be talking about fast fashion, an industry that has changed the way we dress and consume. But first, what exactly is fast fashion? Fast fashion is a term used to describe the quick production of cheap, trendy clothing that is made to keep up with the latest fashion trends. It's known for its speed, from design to production to delivery, and its affordability, which allows consumers to keep up with ever-changing styles without going broke. Over the past few decades, fast fashion has become more than just a way to buy clothes. It's a cultural phenomenon. People love fast fashion because it allows them to wear the latest trends without breaking the bank. Fashion trends used to spread slowly, but with the advent of social media, they now spread like wildfire. This has led to a demand for affordable, everyday clothing that reflects the latest trends. Fast fashion has stepped in to fill this demand, turning catwalk couture into affordable, everyday wear. But how did we get here? To understand the present, we must first unravel the history of fast fashion. The roots of fast fashion can be traced back to the Industrial Revolution, which saw the birth of machinery that forever changed the way we produce clothing. The sewing machine was a total game-changer in the world of fashion. In the mid-19th century, inventors like Elias Howe and Isaac Singer revolutionized textile production. Before that, sewing clothes by hand was a painstaking and time-consuming process. But with the sewing machine, it became possible to create garments quickly and easily. This innovation led to the rise of mass production, which soon spread to the fashion industry. Mass production meant that clothing could be made much faster and cheaper than before. This led to the development of fast fashion, which is characterized by cheap, disposable clothing. Mass production also made fashion more accessible to a wider range of people. Before, only the wealthy could afford to have their clothes custom-made. But with ready-to-wear clothing, people of all income levels could buy stylish clothes. This changed the way people viewed and consumed fashion. So, fast forward a bit, and the shift in production techniques sets the stage for the explosive growth of the fast fashion industry. But that's not all. The mid-20th century saw a seismic shift in the world, and with it, the evolution of fashion. The aftermath of World War II laid the groundwork for a new era, both in societal norms and clothing trends. World War II brought about austerity measures, including rationing of fabrics and resources. This scarcity led to a simplification of fashion, with utilitarian designs and minimalistic aesthetics becoming the norm. Necessity birthed a new kind of chic, a style born out of resilience and resourcefulness. As the war ended, the fashion world found itself at a crossroads, ready to embrace change and innovation. Enter the 1950s and 60s, a time of rebellion and cultural revolution. The emergence of youth culture brought with it a demand for clothing that reflected the energetic and rebellious spirit of the younger generation. Young people, inspired by film, music, and the desire for individuality, sought affordable, trend-driven styles that set them apart. This demand fueled the fire of fast fashion, a concept that was about to take center stage. In the fashion world, some pioneers emerged. Brands like Benetton and Gap came on the scene and embraced the fast fashion ethos. They revolutionized the industry by adopting strategies like quick turnaround times, efficient supply chains, and a commitment to providing affordable yet stylish clothing. Benetton, known for its colorful and bold designs, and Gap, with its classic and casual aesthetic, became symbols of the fast fashion movement. Their success marked the beginning of an era where fashion was not just about luxury, it was about accessibility and change. As we explore the fashion landscape of the mid-20th century, we see the seeds of fast fashion taking root and growing into the phenomenon we know today. But the story doesn't end there. Stay tuned as we uncover more chapters in the history of fast fashion. As we step into the latter half of the 20th century, the winds of change blow through the fashion industry, carrying with them the globalization of style and a new chapter in the fast fashion saga. During the 1970s and 80s, the fashion industry underwent a profound transformation. Globalization became a driving force, prompting a shift in manufacturing from developed to developing countries. The allure of low production costs led to the outsourcing of garment production to regions with abundant labor and fewer regulations. The fashion industry changed a lot in the late 20th century. Fashion production became faster and more efficient, and two new brands, Zara and H&M, rose to prominence. Zara was known for its quick turnaround time, which meant that designs went from the runway to stores very quickly. H&M was known for its affordable prices and stylish clothes. The fashion industry also saw some technological advancements during this time. Computer-aided design, CAD, streamlined the design process, making it easier to create and modify designs. Technology was also integrated into production processes, making them more efficient. This led to the industry being able to produce more clothes faster and with fewer mistakes. Overall, the fashion industry changed a lot in the late 20th century. It became faster, more efficient, and more accessible to people around the world. So, in this chapter, we've seen how fashion has gone global, big box stores have taken over, and technology has changed how clothes are made and bought. Celebrities and influencers helped popularize fast fashion, and people started to expect new trends all the time. They wanted to wear something once and then get rid of it. Then, the digital age happened. E-commerce and social media made it easy to buy clothes online, and people started buying more and more. They wanted to share their outfits on social media, and influencers made it seem like they needed a new outfit for every occasion. But fast fashion has a dark side. It's bad for the environment and for the people who make the clothes. So, now there's a movement towards ethical and sustainable fashion. People are trying to find ways to buy clothes that are good for the planet and the people who make them. It's going to be interesting to see how fashion evolves in the future. I hope we can find a way to have stylish clothes that are also good for the environment. Here's the scoop on fast fashion. It started in the Industrial Revolution with mass production, then went global in the latter half of the 20th century, and took off with the digital revolution in the 90s. Thanks to brands like Zara and H&M, we can now buy cheap, trendy clothes quickly and easily. But this fast pace comes at a cost to the environment, to workers, and to our own wardrobes. Consumers are starting to demand more from fashion brands, and we're seeing a shift towards more sustainable practices. But there's still a long way to go. So next time you're shopping for clothes, think about the impact your choices have on the planet and the people who make them. As consumers, we are faced with a choice: do we keep chasing the latest trends, or do we start embracing more sustainable practices? The answer, of course, is both. We can still enjoy fashion without harming the planet. Here are a few tips. Choose quality over quantity. Invest in pieces that will last, rather than buying new clothes every week. Support ethical and sustainable brands. There are plenty of great options out there that don't sacrifice style for sustainability. Educate yourself about the origins of your clothing. Where was it made? Who made it? How was it made? Explore second-hand and vintage options. There are hidden gems to be found at thrift stores and vintage shops. Be mindful of the environmental and social impact of your fashion choices. Every time you buy something, think about the resources that went into making it and the people who made it. The evolution of fast fashion is a complex issue, but it's one that we can all play a role in addressing. Let's continue to educate ourselves and make informed choices about the clothes we buy. Together, we can create a more sustainable future for fashion. Until next time, stay stylish and conscious.